Hello everyone. In this lecture, let's try to interface 4x3 matrix keypad with our microcontroller PIC16 of 877A. So this is the same circuit that we built in the LCD lecture. I'm just going to add a keypad to the same circuit. I will move it a little bit and I'm going to the components tab and type on keypad. It is the keypad for phone that is 4x3. I'm taking this, and regarding the connection, I will connect the column 1 to the RB0, column 2 to RB1, column 3 to RB2. The row 1 is connected to RB4, row 2 is connected to RB5, row 3 is connected to RB6, and row 4 is connected to RB7. So now that the circuit is complete, now we will go for the programming part of interfacing this keypad to our microcontroller PIC16 of 877A. Open the MPLAB IDE, and you can see these are the same functions that we wrote for LCD in the previous lectures, and these are the configurations for LCD, except that we are going for the first row first column of the LCD and we are printing keypad, and we are going for second row first column and we are waiting for the keypad values over here. And the first thing that we need to do is we just want to define macros for column 1, column 2, column 3, row 1, row 2, row 3 and row 4. That we will do over here. As you can see, C1, C2, C3 is connected to RB0, RB1 and RB2. So I have given C1 RB0, C2 RB1 and C3 RB2. And R1, R2, R3, R4 are connected to RB4, 5, 6 and 7. So now we can use this R1, R2, R3, R4, C1, C2, C3 as the keywords for this RB4, RB5, RB6, RB7, RB0, RB1 and RB2. So we have defined the macros for rows and columns, and the technique that we are going to use for interfacing the keypad is row scanning technique. So I explained about this technique in the previous keypad working lecture. So we are going to implement that. So for that we are just going to make the rows as input and the columns of the keypad as output. So we will make the MSB of the port B as input and we will make LSB as output, that is the RB2, RB1 and RB0 pin. For that I can write trisB equal to 0xF0. So this will make the rows as input and column as output in the circuit. So let's implement the keypad function. So initially what we will do is we will turn on the column 1 and we will check for the rows to be high. That is, I am turning on the column 1 and I am turning off column 2 on column 3. When the column 1 is high, I will check for the row 1 to be high. That means when the column 1 is high, when I press this button 1, you can see this row 1 will be high. So if the row 1 is high, I will be printing the data 1 on the LCD. And after that I am writing a loop for holding the control until the button is released. That is, this loop is mainly used for debouncing purpose. That is, initially when I press this button 1, the data 1 will be printed to the LCD and the control will be coming into this loop because the button is still pressed. So until the button is released, the control will be held inside this loop, and when the button is released, then only the control of the program will come out of this loop. So if you are not writing this loop, this one will be printed for several times. So that is why we are writing this loop. And in the same case, when the column 1 is high, we are checking for the row 2 also. And in the same case, if I press this button 4, when the column 1 is high, you can see row 2 will be high. So if the row 2 is high, I will print the data 4 in the LCD, and I will wait for the row 2 to go low. In the similar way, I will check for rest of the rows, that is row 3 and row 4, and the corresponding numbers are 7 and star. So I am printing 7 and star. That's it for column 1, and in the similar way we are just going to implement for column 2 and 3. You can see next time I am making the column 1 0 and I am making the column 2 high, and you can see for that the number sequence is 2 5 8 2 5 8 and 0. So I am printing 2 when the row 1 is high, and 5 when the row 2 is high, and 8 when row 3 is high, and 0 when row 4 is high. And I am writing the same codes for column 3. This time I will make the column 2 0 and column 3 1. And now you can see the number sequences 3 6 9 and hashtag. So I am printing 3 when the row 1 is high, 6 when the row 2 is high, and 9 when the row 3 is high, and hash when the row 4 is high. So that's all about the keypad function. Now what I will do is I will call this function inside the while of 1. So that's it. You can see from here the controller will go to the second row first column of the LCD and it will wait for the data. And inside the while of 1 I have called this keypad, so this column will be toggled for every time and it will be scanning for the rows for data. So whenever we press any data, that will be printed onto the second row of the LCD. I am building this project using this icon. To load the program, double click the IC and change the frequency to 20 if you are using that, and click on this icon. Go to the project folder of MPLAB, click on this hex file and click on open and click on OK. Now I am running the simulation using the play button in the left bottom corner of the window. You can see keypad is printed. Now when I press this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 star 0 hash, all the data from the keypad is being printed on the LCD. For uploading the program onto the microcontroller, firstly power up the development board using external 12V 1A adapter through this socket provided, and then connect the Picket 3 to your PC USB port using mini USB cable. Then the terminals of Picket 3 are connected to the microcontroller as per this circuit diagram. If your development board is not showing these pinouts, or if you are not having a development board, you can connect the terminals of Picket 3 to the microcontroller port pins as per this circuit diagram. Or you can just build this circuit in a breadboard for programming the microcontroller. Once the circuit is built, come to the Programmer tab and hover over Select Programmer. You will see a number of programmers. In our case, select Picket 3. You can see Picket 3 detected. Click on OK. You must see this target detected. And then go to the Programmer tab again and click on Program. You can see device is being programmed and the programming is complete. Now build this circuit to see the output in the hardware. And you can see this is the output that I got in my hardware. Thanks for watching.